Hi, my name is David P. Shapiro. I'm the owner and managing partner of the law office of David P. Shapiro, located in San Diego, California, where my firm helps good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime. In this video, I want to talk to you about certain types of drug offenses, possession for sale of controlled substances, whether it's methamphetamine, whether it's heroin, whether it's fentanyl, whether it's Xanax, whatever the case may be, oxycodone. These are felony charges, and in most instances, these are non-reducible felony charges, meaning that if you're convicted of what you're charged with, you can never have that reduced to a misdemeanor. At least that's how the law stands in 2021. And it's very important to identify what you can and what you should be doing if you're charged with those types of offenses: possession for sale, transportation, whether it be in state or in federal court. Now, federal court's a little different, so for this video I want to focus a little bit just on state court. In state court, especially in the early part of 2021, with everything going on with the pandemic and court delays, you may get arrested, in February, and your first court date may not be until June or July. And the issue is specific to these types of cases is, what are you going to do between that downtime? Right? Are you going to continue using drugs? Are you going to continue selling drugs? Are you going to continue having incriminating evidence on your phone with text messages about buying drugs and selling drugs? Or are you going to make the steps necessary to cast yourself in the best light to a prosecutor, cast yourself in the best light to a judge? And that's where the attorney in the law firm that you hire comes in, because they can advise you of what steps you need to do, things that you may not even be able to see yourself because you may be in the middle of an addiction, or your loved one may be in the middle of an addiction. And they may be so short-sighted just looking on how they can get high, how they can make some extra money, that they may be unable in that moment to see the big picture. And that's where it's essential to hire a law firm with experience dealing with these types of cases, to hire a law firm that has experience dealing with the substance abuse community, where that law firm can put you or your loved one in contact with people that'll map out a plan on how, first and foremost, you can get and stay sober. Okay? First, you have to get sober if that's the underlying issue. Ideally, you want to go to a program that will not just, you're not using drugs and we're going to test you and then we're going to say, okay, good luck. But we're going to try and identify what got you to that point to begin with. If it's a dual track diagnosis, if there's some mental health treatment that needs to be done, if there's some family therapy that needs to be done, whatever the case may be, to identify what triggered this behavior to begin with, what triggered this addiction to begin with, and then to treat it. And imagine how much better your case would be. Okay, this is under the assumption that it's not a great factual case. You may have a good factual case. Your attorney may want to fight this till the end. Most importantly, you may want to fight this till the end. But the reality is, think about how much better your outcome would be if you are convicted, if you were able to make effective use of this time between your arrest and your first court date. If you're able to address your substance abuse history and your substance abuse once and for all. We understand that it is going to be difficult. Okay? Everyone here, everyone in society, either themselves or knows someone close to them who's struggled with addiction of some kind. But what I could tell you as a criminal defense attorney is that being in jail is a hell of a lot worse than being sober and not being in jail. Okay, so there's going to come a time where you will need to make a decision whether or not you want to continue what got you in this problem, or if you want to get the help that you need. And you may not see that right away, and that's where your attorney comes in, that's where your family comes in, that's where the community comes in. It's not something to be ashamed of. It happens to the best of us. But it's how we handle it which is more indicative of a true character. And that's something that, with the help of a quality, locally experienced criminal defense attorney, even on cases that may look bleak, oh my God, I'm charged with all these possession for sale, oh, there was this much fentanyl, I know everyone's, and understandably so, attacking people who are charged with possession of fentanyl because it's so deadly and so surprisingly deadly, because people aren't expecting it to be fentanyl. All hope is lost. Well, no, it's not. You're still alive. you still have some semblance of control of how this case winds up, of how your future winds up. And if you do things the right way, you might be able to walk out of this without the stain of a lifelong felony. Not saying you will, but if you give yourself a better chance to get control of the situation, to get control of your addiction, take care of yourself first. And by doing that, can only and will only help your case. So if you have any questions about possession for sale, how to deal with, going into treatment with a pending criminal court case, anything along those lines, particularly in San Diego County, feel free to give my firm a call, 619-295-3555. And if we can't help you directly ourselves, we'll be more than happy to put you in touch with someone who might be able to within the substance abuse community. 619-295-3555.